taking to the skies in 1987, Cornwall Air Ambulance was the first air ambulance in the UK. It's now completed more than 31,000 missions, saving countless lives where every minute matters. Cornwall Air Ambulance is the charity that provides critical care to the most seriously sick and injured people in Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly. With no direct government funding towards running costs, it relies purely on public generosity to keep flying. Joining us today to tell us more about their work is Cornwall Air Ambulance's philanthropy. I can't say that word. Could you go introduce yourself, Karen?
Philanthropy manager.
Lovely. That's Karen Hum and media officer Sarah Yeoman.
Hello.
Thank you for coming in today. Sorry, it's been a bit of a mare.
No, it's been fun actually.
It's been a tour, indeed.
It's lovely. So, can you give us a little introduction as to who Cornwall Air Ambulance are and what they do?
Well, actually, you've done a fabulous job there introducing us.
Thank you.
So, as you said, we are Cornwall Air Ambulance, and our prime responsibility is to actually look after the critically injured people or ill people across Devon and Cornwall. Devon? Who put Devon in there?
Isles of Scilly.
Isles of Scilly.
Yeah, Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly. And actually, as you said, we are solely funded by the support of our donors.
Yeah.
So that's why we're here today, just to chat about that, really.
Yeah, it's lovely. Am I right in thinking that a helicopter takes on average just 12 minutes to arrive on the scene on mainland Cornwall and less than 30 minutes in the Isles of Scilly?
Yeah.
That's insane. That's so quick.
Right, yeah. So in our helicopter, the AW169, it takes on average 12 minutes to get to any location, mainland Cornwall.
Yeah.
And yeah, hopefully within 30 minutes to the Isles of Scilly. Obviously takes a bit longer to get there. And we've also got 2 critical care cars as well, which for whatever reason, if the helicopter can't fly, if it's offline or due to weather conditions, we've also got 2 critical care cars which our crew can use.
That's wonderful. Is there any more like kind of common accidents that happen in Cornwall? Or is it? I guess it's kind of a little bit of everything that you guys do, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah. It's a whole scale of different things. I mean, we see a lot of trauma-related incidents, a lot of medical incidents as well. So things like cardiac arrests, we get a lot of each year. Road traffic collisions as well. And obviously in the summer, there might be more coastal or beach-related incidents.
Yeah.
And it gets very busy in the summer, obviously, as we know, with tourists. But yeah, we have a whole range of things which we get called out to. And obviously you never know what each day is going to bring and what missions you might be called to.
I'm going to say, I've seen a couple of times down Crantock Beach. I think it was last year I saw like the air ambulance were there lifting someone out of the sea, and you do see them around quite a bit. Like it's a lot. Do you get like? Is it quite a lot of missions you get?
Yeah, so on average at the minute we're being called to about 1,100 missions a year.
Wow.
Yeah, so on average about 3 a day.
Yeah.
And obviously that can fluctuate. It can be super busy in the summer, sometimes really busy over the Christmas period as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, we never quite know what each day is going to bring.
That's quite exciting though, isn't it? So what inspired you to actually start working with a charity like the Cornwall Air Ambulance?
So for me, I think there's so many wonderful charities across Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly. But I think with the Cornwall Air Ambulance, it's a charity that actually wouldn't discriminate against anybody who needed it. So it doesn't matter whether you're young, old, whether you're at home, whether you're on the road, whether you're at school, whatever the demographic of the person. If that person needs critical care within Cornwall or the Isles of Scilly, we're tasked to go and help them.
Yeah.
And that's literally, in a nutshell, why I chose the charity to work for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me as well, being Cornish born and raised, I'm from Truro. I worked as a journalist for a long time and had a lot of involvement with Cornwall Air Ambulance, and actually seeing the work they do and working with them closely really was inspiring. And when the opportunity came up to go and work for them, it's something I wanted to do, and to be able to give back as well to the people of Cornwall and to have some sort of way of making a difference as well to, what I'd say is, the charity of Cornwall.
Yeah, it's amazing. So we were talking a little bit more about like how you're just fully self-funded. And am I right in thinking that it costs £5 million a year just to operate the charity?
Yes, you're right. And actually it's nearing 6 million to be fair now. The cost of living is going up, but also all of the bills for the charity are increased. Our fuel costs are increased. But we do rely on the funding that the people of Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly and beyond donate to us each and every year. If you think the charity's been running for over 35 years, and if you think of the donations that have been made over that long period of time, it's absolutely awesome. And, you know, the charity is your charity saving lives.
Yeah.
And we know how grateful we are to our donors, because it is literally their charity.
It's such a great cause. It really, really is. But Cornwall Air, they've seen quite a few famous faces over the years, haven't they? I believe Her Majesty Queen Consort Camilla is a patron, and you have ambassadors like Richard and Judy.
Yeah. So we're very fortunate and very privileged that our helicopter is named the Duchess of Cornwall. And at the time, the Duchess of Cornwall, Her Royal Highness Camilla, came and named the aircraft, which was just wonderful. And we did get the opportunity to meet her at the Royal Cornwall Show this year. She came and visited. She's always really interested to talk to the crew, obviously, because, you know, without them, we talk about our donors, but we also have the crew there who are 19 hours a day saving lives. But we have some celebrity ambassadors. So Richard and Judy have supported us for a long time. And also Paul Ainsworth, Paul, the celebrity chef, he works tirelessly for the charity. But we also have some local ambassadors as well, people who just give us some introductions and influence, and just share their networks with us, because the more people we can get in front of, the more people that we can give the story. And then obviously donations are what we're really looking for.
Of course, that's so cool. I never knew Richard and Judy were a patron. Learning so much today. So talking about kind of like fundraising and things like that, you have launched a very special Christmas animation, haven't you, this year, in hopes of raising £200,000 to cover mission costs over the Christmas period. Can you just tell a little bit more about this? Because I know there's someone, I can't remember her name currently.
Yes.
Who voiced one of the characters in it, who was actually helped by the Air Ambulance themselves.
Yeah, so we wanted to do something a bit different and a bit special for Christmas this year. So we've had an animation created called Help Holly. So the animation's been created by a local company called Spider Eye, who are based in St Just in West Penwith. And it tells the story of a young girl called Holly. She's injured in a road traffic collision over the Christmas period, and she needs the help of our critical care paramedics. They're called out to the scene. They're able to give her the treatment she needs and airlift her to hospital. And thanks to that quick work of the crew, she's then able to go home and spend Christmas with her family. And it has a really nice little scene where the crew wave at Father Christmas in the sky,
that's lovely.
which is lovely. So that's the premise of the animation. And yes, to go with it is a very special soundtrack, which Karen will tell you about in a moment. But one of the people who sings in the soundtrack is an airlifted patient of ours.
Yes.
Yeah, so Harriet Eastwood, she's now 23. She was airlifted when she was 9 years old. So she got caught in a rip current off the south coast of Cornwall and was dragged out to sea along with her younger sister. And members of the public managed to bring her back to the beach. Obviously, the air ambulance was called. Our crew were able to go and treat her. She was taken to hospital and made a full recovery. But she had quite a dramatic story to tell, and she's also got an incredible singing voice. So she was lucky enough to be one of the singers in our soundtrack, which is called Blades in the Sky.
Yeah.
So Blades in the Sky is a really interesting project, because I joined the charity 3 years ago, and on my first day I was introduced by telephone to a BAFTA award-winning composer, and I was told that Ben Bartlett, who actually writes the incidental music for Vera, which is really exciting for us, and also he won a BAFTA for Walking with Dinosaurs, and Ben had written an anthem which was due to be played when our AW169 helicopter arrived in 2020. April, but of course in March we had lockdown, and what the track has done is it brought 200 singers from 4 choirs, so Tresillian singers, Nankersey Male Choir, Cornwall Symphony Chorus and Celtic Male Ensemble all learnt this piece of music, which was absolutely stunning. But sadly, 4 days before we recorded, we went into lockdown. So luckily, we had some snippets of rehearsal, so they are included on the track.
Yeah.
But we did manage to get the soloists recorded. So this is a piece of work that actually has been 3 years in the making. So we're really excited that it's being used with this animation.
Yeah, that's amazing. I want some first day.
I know, it was quite strange actually, but an absolute pleasure, and we're so glad that it's completely Cornish. We've kept it local, and all of the people that were involved in the choir spent so much time working on it. But luckily, we had some footage from rehearsals, so they're in there.
It's really nice to kind of see that project all the way through for you as well, I guess, because obviously you had the setbacks with COVID and things like that, and now I think we're gonna take a little look at the video now for everyone. Ross and I kind of teased it last week, but now we kind of get a full-on look at it. If we can get that up, there we go.
Time I must fly, can't say goodbye. I know you will be forever with me. Lights in the sky, beating my heart. Time I must fly, can't say goodbye. I
That was so nice. I have refrained from watching it until today, so I could kind of get my first opinions, I guess. But that is lovely. The singing as well is amazing.
It's really awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so nice. So you were talking about how this is going to be in hopes of raising £200,000.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that, like the donations?
Yeah. So we're obviously seeing there somebody that needed the air ambulance, and the message is wonderful. But on the back of this, we do need to raise enough money to fund our missions over the Christmas fortnight, really. So when you think about it, £200,000. When we're sat there eating our Christmas lunch, the crew will be out 365 days a year. So we are aiming to raise £200,000.
Yeah.
But we're very fortunate that we have a number of donors who have given us some match funding to kick our campaign off.
Yeah.
So we've got £75,000 of matched money. So any donations that are made will be doubled.
Okay.
So, the fact that £10 becomes 20 all of a sudden is really exciting for people. And this is why people are giving to us. And then what will happen is once that match funding is covered off, we will continue to raise money up to the 200,000.
Yeah.
So you can donate in all sorts of ways. You can just send us a paper cheque. You can call the air ambulance. There's a website, which is helpholly.org.
Yeah.
You can go on there and donate, and it's such an easy process. And we'd just be so grateful for any donations. And actually, everything adds up.
It does.
I think sometimes people think, I can only give a certain amount, but it all adds up.
Yeah.
So we'd be grateful to anyone.
Any money that you do have, obviously, no one's asking for £100 donations, although that would be nice. But if you can't afford it, I think that we've got the website up there, so you can watch the animation there, and also I'm assuming there's links and stuff to donate, which is wonderful. Just anything that you can, I'm assuming it is, especially if it's being matched as well.
Yes.
It's absolutely, it's so wonderful. So I know you've also got some other fundraising events coming up, don't you? So there's talk of a Christmas carol concert.
Yes, so again, now this is the third year we've had a carol concert, but this will be the first year in person.
Yeah.
So previously we've we went virtual with our concerts, but this year on the 1st of December, which is actually next Thursday, at Truro Methodist Church, there's still a handful of tickets available from the Cornish Riviera box office. But we're very fortunate that St Dennis brass band are very good friends of the charity. So they'll be playing traditional carols, and then we have the rock choir and Laveni male voice choir, and a young lady called Elsie who also sings on the track. So she was 11 at the time.
Oh, wow.
And she's coming to sing some solos. And we're hosted by Justin Lee. Our friend from formerly Spotlight, BBC
Wonderful.
Spotlight. So, do come along. It's going to be a wonderful festive evening. We'll hear from Harriet as an airlifted patient, and also our crew. So, Truro Methodist Church, 1st of December.
Lovely. Can you buy tickets for this? Is it a free to attend event?
It is ticketed, and as I said, Cornish Riviera box office.
Lovely.
But again, if you go on our website, there'll be full details, and we'd love to see you there.
All the information there. Yeah, it sounds lovely. You can have a nice festive evening whilst also
fun.
donating to charity.
Yeah. And again, everything from that concert has been funded by one of our generous donors, Dr. Karen Dickens, which then means every penny raised is for the directly to the charity, but also doubled. So you get a great evening and help a charity.
So is this is going into the 200,000 that you're trying to raise for Christmas as well? But it must be so nice to have this in person after having it online for so many years.
We're so excited about it, actually. I think it'd be quite emotional.
Yeah, it must be. That was lovely. So what are your future goals for the charity? What are you going to be doing? What are you up to in the new year? Things like that.
We've got an awful lot of really exciting things happening. We've got a brand new set of challenges for people. So there's an opportunity to abseil down a waterfall, which sounds really exciting. We've got skydives. We've got a swimming triathlon, which is swimming, paddleboarding and running. We've got Helifest, which we had last year in the summer, which brought over 2,000 people from Cornwall for a family day together. Literally, again, start having a look on our website, because there's something for everybody.
Yeah.
And again, everything that you're doing is adding to that ability for us to keep the charity.
Yeah, absolutely. The abseiling
running
sounds fun.
Yeah.
Although I'm terrified of heights.
We can sign you up.
Oh, God.
But, we've also got online lottery. We've got our retail stores. So there's all sorts of ways. You can either buy something from a retail store or donate something. So there's lots of ways that people can help.
Certainly. You could be going in buying a Christmas presents, but then also donating to a really good cause at the same time, because you've got shops all over Cornwall.
Yes, we
I've
have.
seen them everywhere. Do you know how many there are? That's a really hard question.
7? You sound like so no, we have got the stores, and those are manned mainly by volunteers to the charity.
Okay.
So again, people can volunteer and help us.
On that note, do you have any kind of current roles that need filling, or how can anyone volunteer with the Cornwall Air Ambulance?
So volunteering is really easy. Just pick up the phone, come into the Air Ambulance, go into one of the charity shops, and people steam clothes. They sort things, they price things, they serve behind the till. But then also we have a lot of charity events where we need people. We recently put out a Facebook post, Sarah did, because we needed somebody to be our mascot at events.
Oh, wow.
And we were inundated. It's really amazing. Or you can come and sell, merchandise, or be on summer stands with us. And it's really fun.
Yeah.
We had one lady this year who had volunteered in our office for 10 years. So it's just awesome.
Oh, wow.
And that without them, the volunteers, we wouldn't be able to run the charity, literally.
No, absolutely. How many volunteers do you have? I'm asking all the really hard questions now.
Sarah keeps looking at me. We have 300 volunteers on our books. And, that's some people might come into the office once a week, or somebody might volunteer once a year, but we need this diverse group of people to ensure that we've got everything covered.
Absolutely.
So again, that's just giving to us, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely, it's completely based on the will of the people, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
It, like you said, it's our charity. It's the donors' charity. It's for Cornwall by Cornish people.
Yeah.
It just sounds, it's wonderful. It's
It is,
really,
yes.
really wonderful. So do you have anything else you just want to talk about? This is your platform to just
Well, there's
go.
one other thing coming up next year, actually. At the minute, we're currently filming for Series 2 of Cornwall Air 999,
Okay.
which is TV documentary, Discovery Plus, which follows our crew out and about on their missions. So that should hopefully be coming to TV screens in the spring.
That's very exciting.
So that's something to look out for as well. I know a lot of people really enjoyed the first series.
Yeah, I love shows like that personally.
It's great, isn't it?
I'll definitely be tuning in.
So yeah, that should hopefully be coming out in the spring. So that's going to be exciting for us for Series 2.
Wonderful.
It's really exciting.
Yeah. A lot of glitz and glam for you guys, isn't it? It seems.
Well, we love seeing the crew actually, because they just astound us. You know, that they're out saving lives, but also filming so people can see the work we do.
Yeah, it's great to get the word out there, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. And just lastly, thank you so much for coming on and speaking to me. But where can people find out any more information and keep up to date with everything you do?
Yeah, so best thing is to follow us on our social media channels, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, to go to the website, which is cornwallayrambulancetrust.org. And we'd also love for people to share our Help Holly animation on social media as well. And obviously the website for that one is helpholly.org.
Lovely. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. For more information about Cornwall Air Ambulance, as has already been said, you can visit www.cornwallayrambulancetrust.org.